G'day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the G'day Bitcoin live stream test. I am just jumping on here really randomly because we do have Bitcoin at $109,052. I wish I had a little bit of a buzzer for you because we've got a red day. We've got a dip and Bitcoin's dipped to $109,052. Isn't it fucking insane? Isn't it absolutely incredible that this is what a bad day in Bitcoin at the moment looks like? Actually, the red days, to be honest, I love the red days. The green days, I don't get as excited about them for a couple of reasons. Bitcoin's more expensive and I get less sats. But the red days, on the other hand, even if it's only down 0.6%, there's something within me that gets super excited about this. I just want to show you a couple of things. Over the last 7 days, up and to the right. Over the last 1 month, up and to the right. Over the last 3 months, up and to the right. Over the last year, up and to the right. Fuck, Bitcoin is bullish. And if we zoom out to max, this is where Bitcoin started. I think this is about 2013. 2017 is at $2,000. Now we're at $109,052. So you're too late to Bitcoin at $109,052. If you're here in Australia, it's a hell of a lot fucking more expensive. And I think Australians need it the most, especially with this $3 million super accounts over $3 million. They want to tax 30% on unrealized capital gains. And people are like, oh, I'm never going to have $3 million in my super account. It doesn't matter to me. Like, fuck, it doesn't matter to you. Couple of reasons. Inflation in this country in the last 5 years, they've added 57% to the M3 money supply. That's why everything costs 57% as much. And the money printer, there's a good book by Lawrence Lepard called The Big Print, explains why currency is going to be devalued forever. But the way that they've written this unrealized capital gains tax law, and it's not in yet, thank fuck, it's not in yet, and let's hopefully it stops. So I'll have Jeff on the show hopefully next week, and we'll get that podcast out. He is covering it more so than anyone else in Australia. Jeff Wilson, shout out to you, buddy. He is reading the big print at the moment and asking lots of questions, which is good to see. Someone closely aligned with TradFi, and he's asking all the right questions, so he's getting out the right information. But the way that this tax is written, this law is written, eventually it could apply to the family home. So I believe if you've got a home with a mortgage or without a mortgage, if it's over $500,000 today, I think in the next 15, 20 years, that capital gains tax is probably going to apply to you. And maybe it doesn't. Maybe the worst case scenario never happens. Like, fingers crossed, let's fucking hope that we don't need to have this freedom, this sovereignty. 2 secs ago. Somebody calling me on phone 2 out of 3, which I probably need to answer, but I'll give them a call back in 2 seconds. It's a really important phone call, actually, on the work phone. Anyway, in regards to this, if it doesn't apply to you, but you have children, it'll definitely apply to their children because they can't stop this money printing. We have Divi. Australia is sleeping at the wheel. They're still thinking of cash as king 100%. But in the last 10 years, they've devalued the currency, or they've doubled the money supply. They add, I think, 103% to the money supply in just 10 years. On average, that's 10% a year in purchasing power you're losing. Everyone here thinks property is the go-to. It's a store of value. It's going up 9 to 11%, so it's keeping in line with inflation. Your house ain't worth anything more. It ain't worth shit. One house is one house. And people would say, oh, that applies to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's compounded at like 50, 55, 56% CAGR, compounded annual growth rate. So it's far outpacing inflation. We see nation states collectively jumping in here. But in regards to Bitcoin, at 109,000, is it too expensive? Oh, it's the most expensive that it's ever been. I just showed you the chart in all of human history. Understand it, get it, but expensive to what? Past? 100% agree. The future, in my opinion, no, it is so undervalued, and it's that opportunity, it's that life raft to be able to do it. So I just urge everyone, if you haven't looked into Bitcoin before, now's the time. It's only $109,052. It is a red day. The red days, in my opinion, not financial advice, but they are for buying. And I don't care. Like, if you buy Bitcoin or not, it doesn't worry me. It doesn't affect any other bag holder. Your Bitcoin buys are not going to move the market and enrich anyone else. Like, unlike shitty cryptocurrencies, all that other degeneracy. If you buy some of those and you put a big chunk in there, yeah, you know, the people telling you about it, they're going to make some money. But that's not with Bitcoin. The market cap over $2.16 trillion. It's just too big for the individual person to be able to move. So it doesn't benefit me getting this information out there, spend my own money, my own time to be able to urge people to get to 1 Bitcoin or 0.1 Bitcoin or save $100 a week. But it will change your life, in my opinion. That's what it's done to me and everyone. I've talked to a lot of Bitcoiners over the last 5 years. Everyone that's been in Bitcoin for a long time or even a little bit of time, it has changed their life. And yes, like the number go up, the get rich technology, etc. That's great. But it's the freedom aspect. What it allows you to be is self-sovereign and build your life, your financial future on a solid foundation. But I do need to get to this phone call. They're texting me like crazy. I just wanted to do a quick test. I haven't gone live for a while, and I just hopped off a really amazing podcast with Tony Yazbek, the founder of the Bitcoin Way, one of the top cybersecurity experts when it comes to Bitcoin in the world. That will be dropping on Monday. I'll get that uploaded and sent off to the editor. But in the meantime, read some books. If you haven't read it, Parallel's good, Bitcoin Evangelism, both written by Brian Demint. This one signed by Princey and Demint himself. Definitely a good book. The Bitcoin Standard, Broken Money, obviously the big print of hand. Oh, talking about the big print. I'll open it soon. I know it's 100% a signed copy from Lawrence Lepard. It's probably my greatest possession, but I want to have the time space to be able to do it. Maybe I'll do that on the next live. But anyway, legends, stacking sats, you're fucking amazing. And the reason why I love Bitcoiners so much is because I think fiat currency is going to destroy people. It's going to decimate them. And it's the Bitcoiners, he who holds the gold makes the rules. Well, Bitcoin's the digital gold. And I think Bitcoiners are going to be able to do good within their communities. Great example. A lot of Bitcoiners already know Peter McCormack, what he's doing in Bedford. Got into Bitcoin early. He's got the purchasing power, real Bedford, the team, etc., with the coffee shops and stuff, adding value back into his community, creating jobs for people, and just being able to be a good person and have the financial capital to be able to do it. So if anyone is saying that tax the rich, tax the wealthy, I'm not talking about like the billionaires in the overseas countries that pay no tax and stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the everyday self-made millionaire or anyone that's self-created wealth for themselves. To blame them because they're these greedy rich bastards, like you're fucking deranged if you think that's the case. They'll either just get up and go and there's a brain drain and the government's not going to collect that extra tax dollars, so they're going to have to tax you more anyway, and that's going to hit the lower income and middle class the worst. So you actually want these high income people to stay here in the country. They're also the people that provide opportunities and jobs. So this hate on rich people in this country is absolutely deluded. A really good book on the subject, where if we keep continuing to go down this path, is Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Read the books, read the bugs. But for the legends, stacking sats, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And for the people pushing information, education out there, truly appreciate you. Very random rip. I really just wanted to see if it still works when I hit the live button, and it did. So have a beautiful day. Be blessed. Peace.
Everything seemed normal. Successful businesses were functioning as they usually should. Money was being placed in the bank as savings. Life was good. Nobody notices anything funny. But 2008 hits and all hell breaks loose. Everything we thought about money and the banking was a complete lie, a complete sham, a Ponzi, a scam. The whole world fell apart and a lot of people got hurt financially. And as a result of this, the Bitcoin white paper was born. But yet the same mistakes keep happening over and over again. People are leaving money on their institutions up until the last straw, FTX, when billions of dollars were lost, families were decimated, life savings were completely wiped, and people were wondering what on earth just happened. We have an option to take full custody of our funds, and that's Bitcoin. We just have to learn the process. It's not hard. It's just something we've never had to do before. Otherwise, the same mistakes are going to keep repeating themselves, and people are going to continue to get hurt over and over and over until they learn you need to exit the system in order to protect yourselves and your loved ones.